Hey, what's up? It's your friend Jay here. I just wanted to break down the latest trade in Major League Baseball. The New York Mets sent Brandon Nimmo to the Texas Rangers for Marcus Semien. Now, as a Mets fan, and specifically a former Oakland A's fan, this trade strikes home a little bit for me, right? Having been familiar with Simeon ages ago, like it really, my opinions on Simeon are kind of ancient at this point. However, there's one thing that people aren't talking about when it comes to this trade, and I'll get to that later. But first, let's talk about the obvious stuff. The Mets are getting out of more contract money on this. I think they're saving $25 million over the length of the contracts versus keeping Nimmo. They are getting out of 2 years of bad contracts. These are both bad contracts that have been traded for each other, right? Uh, Usable players, but bad contracts. Nimmo's became a bad contract when he started having the foot problems, the plantar fasciitis, and Simeon became a bad contract as he started to age and his bat went away, stopped hitting for power. So Mets went out on money, Mets went out on years. In terms of how each of them fit into the two teams, obviously Simeon fits in well, having an everyday second baseman. He is 35, but having an everyday second baseman that can play above average to very good second base defense for the team in Queens, whereas Nimmo is a better bat, right? That's if they can afford to continue to, if the Rangers can afford to continue to deal with his defense declining and his athleticism declining, then if they can get over that, then he's obviously a better bat right now than Simeon. He doesn't play a very in demand defensive position like second base, so that's the big difference there, right? And so I think the big thing here is, what do you think is more likely to happen? Do you think it's more likely that Simeon will bounce back a little bit and put up a bat average to above average offensive numbers while playing good to great second base defense? Or do you think it's more likely that Brandon Nimmo will get back some of that athleticism and start playing serviceable left field defense again? I don't think that's going to happen. I don't think we'll ever see Brandon Nimmo play quality defense again for a major league team, and I don't think he can hit well enough to make up for that. Unfortunately, this foot injury is just causing what was a very promising career to shut down, and causing him to be a contract that a team like the Mets is happy to get rid of. Now, emotionally on this hurts, right? This is a fan favorite for the Mets leaving the team in Brandon Nimmo. This is my daughter's first ever favorite player, right? We used to have to lie to her that JD Martinez was actually Brandon Nimmo if we brought her to a game and Nimmo wasn't in the lineup. She couldn't read yet, so she didn't know, but so that hurts a little bit there. Losing a fan favorite, me personally losing my daughter's favorite player off the team, but also for me personally, I get to bring back somebody that I used to watch back when the A's were in Oakland. So that kind of comes full circle, and that's really cool. I think overall, this is a better move for the Mets than not making it. I think it's an okay move for the Rangers too, but I think the Mets needed to make this move. They got rid of Nimmo's contract. They opened up left field. They got somebody that's going to play serviceable second base, and if he can hit average if he can hit at an average level, not specifically talking about batting average, but if he can hit at an average level, then I think he's going to be a plus player. He was a 2-win player last year. If he bounces back, if you see any of that power come back, even just for a season, then the Mets make out like bandits on this. Not necessarily that that's going to happen. The biggest downside is that his defense, if Semien's defense falls off a cliff, then he's absolutely a useless player right now. But the Mets are in a situation where they need to add, and it's easier to add in left field than it is to find a second baseman that's going to put up MVP type numbers. And Semien's not an MVP type second baseman anymore. But if he can be average, which is possible, if he can hit okay, then this could be a very good move, depending on what other moves the Mets make going down the line, whether that's going out to get a Cody Bellinger or a Kyle Tucker. That kind of thing is really how this move is going to be seen in the long term. If the Mets don't do anything else in the offseason, then it's kind of like, okay, you got rid of our favorite player and you replaced him with somebody who's as good, plays a different position, but he's not our guy. Whereas if they go out and get somebody else and make the defense in the outfield and the offense in the outfield a little bit better, then I think you're really starting to see the bigger picture that Stearns is putting out there for this Mets team. And they have to make moves this winter. Last summer was too big of a disaster, and the Mets have to do something. And I think this is the first piece of them doing it. I think Jeff McNeil is going to get traded soon as well. I don't see him sticking around after this. I don't think they're doing this move so that Jeff McNeil can play corner outfield year round. That's not what David Stearns has in mind. And if he does have that in mind, then I'll be on the side of everyone on Reddit and the mentions saying that Stearns needs to get fired. But right now, I think this is a good move for the Mets, contingent on other moves that this allows them to make. This opens up this opens up a whole dynamic of how Stearns can use Cohen's money to make this team a better team. And I think this is just the first piece of a very exciting offseason for the New York Mets. If you like more Mets content, hit like and subscribe. It's your boy Jay August, Bucket Cap Sports. Let's go.